Bridesmaid Burnout, am I being taken for granted? I'm writing from a throwaway account to vent and get some perspective because, honestly, I'm at my breaking point. I've been friends with this bride for over 15 years, so when she asked me, and another bridesmaid, to be in her wedding over a year ago, I was honored. But little did I know, this would turn into one of the most frustrating experiences of my life. Right off the bat, the other bridesmaid announced she was pregnant, which upset the bride a little. While she eventually came around, she immediately told me I was now fully in charge of the bachelorette, as the other bridesmaid wouldn't be involved. Okay, fine. When it came time to shop for her wedding dress, I took a whole day off, no small feat as a working mom of two, and the bridesmaid and I treated her to lunch, drinks, and dinner. She didn't find a dress that day, so a few weeks later, we did it all over again. I suggested a fun bonding activity in the afternoon, but she declined, citing a birthday party. Then, surprise. When the boutique asked her to return later that same afternoon, the birthday party was in the evening. Annoying, but I let it slide. As the months passed, I barely saw the bride unless it was wedding related. One morning, my husband and kids stopped by her new house, and she suddenly invited me over because her fiancé and the other bridesmaid were there. I showed up, only to feel completely unwelcome, and within 30 minutes, she basically kicked me out because they had other plans. I threw myself into planning the bachelorette, a full-on destination weekend, that the bride demanded with 7 of her friends, most of whom I barely knew. I also started asking her about the bridal shower, trying to make it special. Instead of excitement, she snapped at me, saying she didn't even care about the shower because she already knew it would be terrible. Excuse me, I reminded her that she was asking us to spend over $1,000 on an event she apparently wasn't looking forward to. She half-heartedly apologized, but at that point, I was done. I passed the shower planning to the other bridesmaid, who happily took over. Then, after another dress shopping trip, the bride and the other bridesmaid got into a fight, and the other bridesmaid dropped out of the wedding entirely. I immediately stepped up to reassure the bride that we'd figure everything out. I even agreed to plan the bridal shower after all, but within limits. I offered to host 15 to 17 guests at my home, given that I was already planning the bachelorette and my family is having some financial difficulties. Instead of gratitude, she pushed back, suggesting I host it outside to accommodate her full 30-person guest list or even at her grandmother's retirement community an hour and a half away. I firmly held my ground. Later, the other bridesmaid asked to come back into the wedding and offered to plan and pay for the entire shower. Great news. I was happily involved, helping with games, favors, and even attending multiple planning calls. As time went on, I noticed something: the bride only reached out when she needed something wedding-related. Whenever I suggested hanging out for fun, she always had plans with other friends. Whenever I called or we talked, the conversation was only about her life. I realized she knew nothing about my life because she never